was raised in Buffalo, New York, went to college for engineering, dropped it, became an art major, moved to New York, the romantic, typical story. Recently, I changed my work dramatically from a very much more narrative, somewhat conservative figuration, well, not conservative, but more figurative narrative type of painting, rooted in a kind of post-feminist malaise, to this new kind of liberating engagement with materials and process. I spend a lot of time shopping, both online and at the art supply stores, and getting all of my materials ready, lining it all up, meditating on what I want, but the execution is completely spontaneous, very, very spontaneous, very impatient, no sketching, no planning. I waste a lot of materials. I end up destroying a lot because it's all or nothing. It has to work or it doesn't work. There's no gradual approach. There's no, I get to here and then I get to here. It's kind of an event. My first show in New York was 1987. My work has always looked to art history for its sources. Always looked to the story of painting. So instead of going directly to nature or directly to an environment, I kind of filter my ideas through the lens of the history of painting. So my earlier works were direct appropriations from art history, very kind of critical and angry. Now I'm much more pleasure-driven, so I'm channeling things I love, such as I'm looking at Dutch still lifes, gorgeous, reflective, shiny Dutch still lifes with all the silver on the food and the goblets, and of course the dead animals. There's always the dark side. They're also kind of a vanitas. It becomes the work becomes somewhat self-generative, if that's even a word. Over the years, in that you end up bringing back themes in your work without even thinking about it, that kind of keep coming through. They disappear for a while, then they come back. So painting's about painting. Painting's about what it means to paint. Kind of not trusting a direct experience with the observed or with nature, and kind of always needing a kind of filter of historical idioms or pre-existing notions of cultural ideas. That's what really sort of drives the work. Well, I'm one of the lucky artists who've been at EFA for a few years, and having a studio in the middle of Manhattan with a group of like-minded people, well, somewhat like-minded, a diverse group of like-minded people, it's incredibly supportive. It makes you feel like what you're doing is real, and you feel like there's always hope. It's a very positive environment.